party and the park so agrees. What I think is so sad about what I've heard tonight is that so many people think that they're going to get a good job and a nice house in this project. I don't think that there's anything to prove that any person here is going to get either of those things from this project. There may be some jobs in this program, construction workers, but I don't think there's any guarantee, and if you listen to the numbers very carefully of how many people would get how many houses and what rent rates, you'll see that very few people making less than $20,000 a year are going to have guaranteed rents.
How much do you make?
How much do I make? Probably less than you. And no, but the thing is that they said that there will be a few apartments for $1,000 a month. Well, actually, that's a pretty high rent. You need a pretty good salary to make that. And those are the cheapest numbers I've heard. So I don't know how people are imagining they're going to get this dream home out of this. And, you know, the other thing that I think is so sad is that,
Hey, please do not interrupt. I'm sorry, I'll give you additional.
A lot of people have talked about how everything's going to be improved by building this enormous project that's way out of scale with this neighborhood and is also environmentally unsustainable. I think that there's plenty of room for people to spread around and live decent lives, but it's very impractical to imagine that there's a sustainable environment in a place where there's a higher density than the most dense places in the world in this particular block. And what we really need to think about is how we can live sustainably in this world. Because, you know, with all the new cars and all this stuff, it's only going to destroy the environment. There's no attempt in this project for people to say, how can we survive and create a sustainable environment? And I think that that's what's missing. And we had a process, there was a process for evaluating projects. The Empire State Development Corporation chose not to use those processes. And they did present the project, and they went through an EIS study, and then they said, okay, that's not the project. We're going to build a different project. But we don't need to think about the details. We can just go right ahead, because everybody wants jobs and affordable housing. But there's no connection directly between what they may propose, which isn't even clearly stated, and what they actually are going to propose. And so, you know, I think we really have to wait and see the final results of what they're going to say before it can be fairly judged. And I don't think it's right. First, they got rid of the process where the city was involved in evaluating it, and then they said, okay, we have this project, but that's not the one we're going to build. And they went through this whole long thing, and they had all these people come a few years ago and speak about this, and now they've changed it, and now they're just going to build it without public comment. And then the other thing, you know, that this project is doing is that it creates a lot of tension between people who might be natural allies. There's really no reason why people who want to live in a sustainable environment at a decent density should be opposed to people who want to get a decent job and have a decent house. That was only just a construction of our economic model where we need a developer to propose a huge growth project in order to say we can address some of these really strong needs in our community, like affordable housing and jobs. So why don't we come up with a different way other than building enormous projects to address some of these problems?
Please finish up.
Well, that's it.